Dahar Master, we have discovered a station near the center of the SOLANAE DYSON SPHERE that controls the station's ability to jump to other areas of space, utilizing the vast amounts of omega particles it generates as fuel. This could be disastrous for the Delta Quadrant. If the reaction is not perfect, vast areas of subspace would be damaged, rendering space travel in that region impossible. Our intel indicates that the Voth intend to take control of the station and jump the sphere back to their space. We cannot allow this to happen. Report to Joint Command. We'll need your help to stop this. I've never seen Joint Command so active, sir. These are preparations for a mighty battle. The rest of the senior staff is being briefed in another area. Our orders are to meet with the Chief Logistics Officer. Understood. I will find the Chief Logistics Officer. Don't need to go far.
You're just in time. Please follow me to Sub-Commander Cole.
Understood. I'll go to Sub-Commander Cole.
Good to see you again. We now know why the sphere generates vast amounts of omega particles. It is designed to use those particles as fuel to jump to any area of space. There is a space station that controls the jumps in close orbit of the sphere's star.
Go on.
Admiral Tuvok from Starfleet was selected to lead a small team to the station to try to disable it. With him is Dr. Eric Cooper, a scientist who has been studying Dyson and Iconian technology. Something's gone wrong. 2 hours ago, we received a distress signal from Tuvok. Please use the console to download the signal. Afterward, I'd like to hear your opinion of the situation.
Understood. I will listen to Tuvok's message.
Joint Command, please respond. This is Tuvok. Sensors have detected a large Voth fleet moving toward the station. They have discovered us, and we have yet to complete our work. Communications with our ship are down. Our last contact with them indicated that they were having technical difficulties and may be forced to retreat to a safer location. I will be unable to stop a Voth advance without assistance.
Close the distress signal and speak with Sub-Commander Cole.
The attack on the Voth fleet will commence shortly. Captains, please return to your ships.
Tuvok and Cooper are stranded with an entire Voth fleet bearing down on them. I need you to fly to the station, rescue our team, and finish the mission. Our fleet will engage the Voth to help keep them distracted. But to avoid detection, you'll need to fly roughly 100 kilometers above the surface of the star.
Flying close to the sun will put my ship at risk, but we'll do what the mission demands.
Speak with the logistics officer assigned to brief your crew on the situation. With your permission, we can help your engineers set up a temporary modulation for your shield frequencies that should allow your ship to travel that close to the sun safely.
Very good. I'll speak to the logistics officer.
Greetings. Our engineers are working with your crew now to create a temporary modulation program that will help your shields protect your ship from the heat and radiation you will encounter on your way to the sun station. Your ship should be able to safely make the trip, but it won't be able to remain in orbit of the station.
Where should the Borpub go after I am on the station?
We will need every available ship to fight the Voth. It would be best if your ship joined the fleet once you are aboard the station. Your goals on the station are to find Admiral Tuvok, assist him to shut down the sphere's jump capabilities, and then retreat before the Voth fleet arrives. Do you have any questions?
If the Borpov is with the fleet, what's our escape plan?
Admiral Tuvok traveled to the station in a new starship, specifically designed to withstand the conditions there. The Dyson has reported some technical issues, but they should still be in transporter range. It will be standing by to assist you when you've completed your mission.
Understood. I'll return to my ship. Ready to leave when you are. Captain, we are approaching the surface of the star. The modifications to our shield are holding off the worst of the effects, but they won't keep us safe for long. We're already losing subsystems to the heat and radiation. I can keep us flying for now with emergency backups, but more systems are going offline by the minute. It's only a matter of time before we lose something critical. The Borpov will hold together, plot a course for the station, best possible speed. We can't establish any communications with the station, Dahar Master. Initial scans indicate that the nearby solar flares are interfering with our frequencies. It is possible for the Borpov to repair the nearby solar flare inhibitors. That should allow us to contact the station. Very well. Repair the solar flare inhibitors, then contact Admiral Tuvok.
Your arrival is timely. The Voth are already on the station. I am with Dr. Cooper, but many of the other members of our team have been killed. Any assistance you can render would be useful. I recommend that you speak to your crew before transport. Your vessel will not be able to remain in range for long.
Understood. I'll be there soon. Captain, the ship will suffer irreversible damage if we stay this close to the stun. We can retreat, perform critical repairs, and then rejoin the fleet against the Voth. What are your orders, sir? Support the fleet once I leave. Understood, sir. The crew is prepared for battle against the Voth and will continue the fight in your absence. Are you prepared for transport?
Greetings. I am Admiral Tuvok. The man behind the crates is Dr. Eric Cooper, the Federation Science Council's expert on Dyson technology.
Yes. Hello, I'm Dr. Cooper.
Allow me to brief you on the situation, so we may determine the best plan of action. Main power is offline. I am not sure what caused this disruption, but the event was fortunate. The darkness is a distinct tactical advantage. There are manual overrides in each room. I have temporarily disabled the one between us and the Voth. The Dyson's captain has moved ahead to determine what is beyond the next door.
What can you tell me about the station?
There are 2 generator rooms that control much of the station's operations. The generator room to the south controls the power. The control room to the west, where the Voth are, maintains the station's jump capabilities. It is imperative we reach the west control room and disable it before the Voth jump this sphere back to their space. The release of the Omega particles needed for this reaction would be catastrophic.
How many Voth are between us and the control room?
More than the 3 of us can safely engage. Defeat would be certain. However, if we restore main power, we can use the station's automated defenses to even the odds, if we can avoid being targeted by them ourselves. I understand you have extensive combat experience. Do you have any suggestions?
We should find any survivors and make our way to the generator room.
I am not detecting the Voth that killed the captain. He is using cloak technology. Tactically, his best option is to remain hidden and attempt to waylay us one by one. We must move forward. The trapped Voth will be attempting to circumvent my modifications. What do you suggest?
Watch my back. If you see the Voth, shoot first.
Sorry. Remain calm. The defenses here can be quite lethal. Example, the sounds, the blood. Understand watch while you operate on the generator. If I understand correctly, it will restore main power activating console that symbol here. After the first one is activated, we'll only have 20 seconds to activate the other 2. If you don't, the system will defend itself. Also, activating the wrong console will trigger system defenses. Be careful. That's right. That's right. That's it. The final console is unlocked. By restoring main power, we have released the locks, preventing the Voth from reaching our location. They will already be on the move. We will require Cooper's assistance to subvert the automated defenses for our own use. The Doctor is an expert in the technology found on the sphere. This is well within his capabilities.
I will talk to Cooper.
What are we going to do? The Voth will be here any second. And I don't think they're in the mood to take prisoners. Please, you have to get me out of here. I'm not like you and Tuvok. I'm much too important to die here.
Shut up and help or I'll shoot you myself.
My help? What can I do? You and Tuvok have done everything so far. I don't even know how to use a phaser. I just want to go back to my lab. I was never meant for field work.
Get it together, Cooper. I will not die here because of your idiocy.
Don't yell at me. I'm not one of your warriors. You're trained to think under fire. I'm not. I just want to go home and think things over without being under threat from dinosaurs and captains. It's up to you. I just can't.
Start thinking of how we can survive this, or none of us are going to get out of here alive.
Then I guess we'll all just die. If the Voth don't get us, then the station's defenses will. But if the defenses aren't active here... Wait! I think I know what to do. Just give me a moment.
So do it.
I think if I try this...
Dr. Cooper, we require a solution.
I'm working on it. Vulcans. If I can just try that... I have something. I'm not ready for what's being thrown at me here. Maybe I could activate the beams? Or something else?
Allow me, Doctor. Fascinating. With this exposed, I can manually activate the defenses in the next room. However, there is another possibility.
What is it?
Instead of activating the defenses to assist you, I can reroute the power to attempt to send a message to our stranded ship. It may not help, but we have been out of contact for hours. Your options are activating the defense beams, activating swarmers, or using none of them. Slim enough that I cannot recommend it. However, if you choose to do so, I will support you.
It's our best option. We fight the Voth without any support.
I'll wait here. You go on ahead.
You should move forward. Be on guard. That was an explosion of sufficient magnitude to cause a breach. Doctor, what is your status?
I'm fine. The Voth can't get in. You, may want to put a shield up around the next door before you open it.
It would appear all that is between us and our goal is the vacuum of space. My modifications successfully locked the Voth out of this area. However, there was an armed Voth battlesuit in the corridor. The station's automated swarmers attacked, and this is the result.
Try to contact the Dyson again. They can transport us across.
No response. According to my readings, there is no method of direct access. Unless your ship is within range, we are stranded.
My crew will be with the fleet. Should we wait for Cooper?
I'm here. Wait.
Doctor, we require a way to access the other areas of the station. Your thoughts?
I have an idea, but you may not like it. Those EV suits over there. They have maneuvering jets that we could use on the outside of the station. I've looked them over, and they should be able to withstand the heat of the sun.
Should.
Well, nothing will withstand that much heat and radiation for long. The suits appear to be designed for use in the shadow of the station. But, technically, they can keep us safe. For a little while.
They will have to suffice. We have no other logical option. Doctor, are you going to prepare your suit?
Me? Of course not. It's far too risky for me to go out there.
We will need to convince Cooper to overcome his fear and help us complete our mission.
Do you really need me out there? Internal comms are still active. I could just tell you what you have to do. I really can't stand any more stress. I have no idea why Admiral Tuvok chose me for this project. I'm not trained for field work. If I get home alive, I'm writing a letter to the Federation Science Council. I'll file a formal complaint.
Is there another reason you won't go? Are you sabotaging us?
Sabotage you? What do you mean? It's true the suits will work. Why would I lie to you?
You could be a spy in disguise.
Why would you think that? Fine. I'll show you I'm telling the truth. I'll put on a suit and go with you.
Very well.
Something has closed the doors. Most unsettling.
I think the station's defenses are activating.
We should move forward before more is activated. I'm in this room. Security precautions sound like a prepare yourself. We must defend Dr. I need you to activate console. Why this? Excellent. Keep moving forward. I need you to activate console. Why this? Perfect. Almost done. We're through. We must power down the room's shielding to access the control panels. The Doctor and I will continue our work while you disable the lower panels.
There we go. The deactivation program is moving nicely.
Doctor, I'm detecting something curious. Energy levels in the gateway in front of us are rising at an exponential rate. It appears to be activating.
What? Let me check. Oh, this is not good. The gateway is designed to be an escape hatch in the event this station goes offline. We cannot deactivate the jump protocols without activating the gateway as well.
Is there any way to override the protocols?
None that I can see. If we want to stop the jump, we have to activate that gate.
It seems we have little choice. Your thoughts?
As Tuvok said, we have no choice. If we want to stop this sphere from moving, we need to activate the gateway. Our time here is limited. The Voth will return in force. We have to do this now. There is no other option.
It's time to shut it down.
I'm so sorry. I wish I could have found a better way. I failed you both.
Do not dwell on this. If there was another option, we would have found it. One moment. We are being hailed. Tuvok here.
Chief Engineer Tarkaram of the Dyson here, Admiral.
Acknowledged, Chief. Are all of your systems restored?
The opening of the gateway cleared up the ambient distortion disruptions. Do you need transport?
Yes, I want to get off this station now.
We are ready to depart. Chief, do you have a lock?
Admiral Tuvok, come in!
Dyson, 3 to beam up.
We can't get a lock. You need to get out of the hot zone. Move! sir. Just give the word.
Beam us up.
Good to have you on board, sir. I'm Chief Engineer Tarkaram. The fleet and your ship are still engaged with the Voth, but several Voth ships are making their way towards the gateway. One of their dreadnoughts has already passed through. As the only available ship, we have orders to stop the other Voth from entering the gateway.
Understood. Let's see what this ship can do.
There are no more Voth in the vicinity, but one dreadnought did go through the gateway. If my readings are correct, it is passing into another Dyson sphere, this one deeper in the Delta Quadrant. If the Voth are allowed to enter another sphere, they will try to claim it, as they have fought to claim this one. Navigational readings indicate we are in the Delta Quadrant. However, we are inside a Dyson sphere, and there are no known structures of this type in this region. I'm detecting the presence of a Starfleet vessel, the USS Gold. That ship disappeared on a survey of the Jenolan Dyson sphere at the precise instant the Iconian Gateway network was reset to save New Romulus.
The Jenolan Dyson Sphere?
This sphere was discovered by the crew of the USS Jenolan in 2294. The USS Enterprise D rescued Montgomery Scott, a survivor of the Jenolan 75 years later. However, it now appears that the Jenolan sphere had the same jump capabilities as the SOLANAE, and moved to this location with the gold inside.
Interesting. What is the status of the gold?
I am detecting disabled systems on the gold, but there is no weapons damage. Also, sensors indicate that the Voth Dreadnought has its weapons armed, but has not fired. What do you suggest?
Hail the gold, find out what they know.
I don't want any trouble. I'm on a mission of exploration. Let me tell you how we got here, and maybe that will convince you. We were on a routine survey in the Jenolan Dyson sphere when something happened. Systems that have been dormant for centuries activated. The energy readings were off the scale. Then a flash and... My nav computer claims we're in the Delta Quadrant. If that's right, this entire Dyson sphere somehow moved itself more than 50,000 light years from its previous position. Since then, we've been stuck. I would have taken Voyager's path back home if we could get out of the sphere. The doors were locked tight and the gateway powered down as soon as we arrived.
The sphere did move, but we can help you return home.
Glad to have the help. Supplies are running low. But what was that ship that just passed us? Shares some signs of Voth tech, but our databanks don't have anything like that.
Explain everything that has happened in the Voth and SOLANAE Dyson Sphere.
Another Dyson sphere? It's taken us 40 years to study this one, and we're not even close to understanding it. And if that ship was Voth, it would explain why they ignored our hails. They came in with their weapons armed and then simply stopped. Didn't see us as a threat. The ship set course for the sealed door and is just sitting there. They're ignoring us. I promised my crew we'd get home. If you could send over a team with some spare components, I can get this ship ready to travel.
We'll transport over a few of our engineers to help.
I have extensive experience with the Voth. While they are arrogant, It is not like them to completely ignore a potential threat. It may be that they sense a greater danger. I suggest we approach and attempt to hail them. Voyager found that some Voth were open to negotiation. We should make every attempt to find a peaceful solution.
Plot a course of the Voth ship.
The Voth are moving towards the door.
Tuvok?
Your query will have to wait, Doctor. Shields are down and we...
You're not...
You're not Cooper.
The weak shall perish.
Captain, the Undine outside of the sphere are powering weapons. The mammalian ship is still disabled.
Arm all weapons. We will destroy the creatures and then return for the mammals.
I am unharmed, but we are in danger. We are deep within the Delta Quadrant, right where Cooper wanted us. We do not know how long this infiltrator has impersonated Cooper, or the extent of what he has done. However, I am quite familiar with the tactics of Species 8472. We will repel the Undine, and survive to warn the Alpha Quadrant of the renewed threat.
Do you feel angry, Tuvok? Frustrated? You were so easy to manipulate.
I do not get angry. I rectify my mistakes.
You're a failure, Tuvok. The Alpha Quadrant will burn because of you.
Many have tried. All have failed.
Good to see you. We would have arrived sooner, but there was a Voth fleet in the way. Congratulations on a successful mission. Now the Romulan Republic will take over. We'll set up a command center for further operations. I'm sure Command will contact you when your presence is needed.
Aren't we supposed to be allies? What gives you the authority to take control?
Neither the Republic nor the Klingon Empire has any authority in this sphere. This sphere was discovered by the crew of the USS Jenolan, a Starfleet vessel. It was mapped by the USS Enterprise D, a Starfleet vessel. Since then, it has been studied and claimed by the United Federation of Planets. We will be the ones who determine what happens here. No one else.
What gives the Federation authority to claim something they didn't create?
We've worked with the Alliance in the Solanae sphere because that was the best option. But this sphere, no matter its location, has been under Federation control for 4 decades. If you want to study the sphere, we can open negotiations. But the current state of war makes that a less than optimal option. Until then, I will defend the Federation's claim if I must.
I accept the challenge, Sean. Do your worst.
Fighting over this sphere is not an option. It would divide our strength. Precisely what would benefit the Undine. The Voth chose to fight instead of cooperate. They were destroyed. We can choose not to be enemies. It is time we did so.
Well, Sean?
This matter is far from settled. We We cannot simply put aside territorial claims because someone else wants what we have. However, I will consult with Sub-Commander Cole and Starfleet Command and discuss the situation.
Very well. And you, Captain Jirok?
The Romulan Republic will continue to take responsibility for areas within our jurisdiction, but I do not wish to cause a rift in what has been a successful joint action. However, I will not be put in a position where I must choose between the Federation and the Klingon Empire. We have agreements on both sides that must be honored. Sub-Commander Cole can handle the details. I am a ship captain, not an administrator.
Very well.
Cooper's departure has lifted the miasma in my mind, an affliction that I did not even realize was there. He was influencing me. He used the psychic abilities of the Undine to influence my thoughts, and the results are an effect of my failure. I should have been able to detect his influence.
We must look forward. What now?
We have fulfilled our mission to neutralize the jump capabilities of the SOLANAE sphere, only to open up a gateway that the Undine can now use to reach our space. They will no longer have to create rifts from fluidic space. Was this Cooper's plan all along? I suggest we return to Sub-Commander Cole. We must attempt to save the fragile peace of the Alliance.
The sphere is under Federation control.
This sphere is only accessible through an Alliance-controlled gateway.
Then perhaps it is time to end this alliance.
This is neither the time nor the place for this.
Commander Jirok is correct. The Undine are a threat to us all. Now they have direct access to our space. I propose a summit. We must decide together what we must do to protect the Alpha Quadrant. Our disputes may need to be put aside in the face of a greater enemy. I volunteer to mediate these talks. Dr. Cooper manipulated me to achieve his goals. It is only logical that I take responsibility for what has happened here.
Very well, Vulcan. We will finish this later.
I could not have anticipated all of this, Dahar Master. I feel for Admiral Tuvok, but I was fooled by Cooper's disguise as well. Tuvok and I will begin working on the next steps. We need to get everyone to sit down together and discuss what we should do, before we start shooting at one another. I will contact you for your aid once we have concrete plans. You can rest assured we will need your help in this.